I just yanked the cord out of the microphone cord of the phone. I went, oh! I'm Stan, and I'm going to be teaching you in this wood course, and I just felt the impulse to send a little message to this phone, which I might use as a video to say hello to you in this course. I'm in my studio garage. I'm gonna end this and flip the phone around so I can direct the phone to show you my studio. Hang on. Okay, so there's my back steps to the house. This is a kind of built garage. It's a beautiful garage. It's a mess. I've got a lot of plants in here that are in here all winter. There's a nice little scroll saw here, and there's a street out there and my car. And this is a space that I kind of work in and will be talking to you from. More plants. It is kind of set up as a wood shop, although it's a mess. There's a pile of stuff over here. There's a bunch of doors that I picked up off the street that are beautiful wood. And there's some more doors in the back and a pile of plywood there. This is a pile of stuff that came from the school. I got sort of kicked out of my office when the wood shop was renovated. I got a new office, but it's a bit too small. This is a table saw here, and there's a jointer planer underneath there, a thickness planer here, there's a wood lathe in there, a grinder there, a drill press, and a bandsaw, and a vise, and a workbench over here, tripod, and here's the front of the table saw. I meditate in here. We'll talk about meditating in here, but I meditate here. There's some mats. There's some paintings, and this is the other side of it. Here are some notes. These are notes that I'm making to myself for this course, and actually it's so kind of nutty. I have layers of notes. There's more notes underneath there. I have to organize all this stuff. There's a little red table underneath here that I set up here, so when I talk to you normally, the background will be here. So that's kind of my situation. There's another place I might talk to you from, which is in the basement. I go down those stairs through that door, and then there's a basement office, which you might find I'm in sometimes. Beautiful skylight, a nice light. I'm very lucky to have a space like this. Now let me turn the phone around. So what am I going to tell you? I still don't know exactly what we're going to be doing in this course, and I don't think I ever can know. I've just shown you my space. I have a lot of capacity here to do a lot of stuff, but I've been working on building up a wood shop. I have all kinds of tools in the basement. I can do a lot of stuff. I also have tons of experience woodworking, so there's almost nothing I can't do here, although the space is a bit small, so I might be limited mostly by size. But I don't know what you can do. I have no idea what you can do. I have no idea what you have, and I have no idea what your interests are. So we're going to have to work with what we can do with you. Like what can you do? That's really what it comes down to. What can you do, and what do you want to do? And for each of you, it's going to be very different. So I'll probably set up some sort of situation where you're going to, in a very self-directed way, have to engage in some sort of investigation. I'm going to give you some themes. I know one theme I really like is breaking. I love stuff that breaks, and so I might include that. But there'll be maybe lots of choices of different themes and lots of options. I think basically what it's going to be is you're going to be expected to carry out some sort of practice, if you're not already engaged in some sort of practice, art practice, I would say, because this is an art course and we're going to be doing artwork. The practice, one of the things I think is most important about an art practice is sometimes an art practice is about trying to find out what your art practice is. Everybody has an art practice. I say, I think, I feel, I believe, I know, and I think you have one. Whether or not you know it or believe it or agree, but I think, wherever you are in that continuum of I have a practice, I know what it is, and I just want to get going. Or like, what do you mean an art practice, Dan? I have no idea what you're talking about. I can work with you. I can try to work with you, and you can try working on things that become your own. I think it's really, really important for you to take ownership of an art practice, and find out what an ownership of an art practice is, what it means. And I think that, for me, is the main focus of this course. And I would say that's the main focus of any course, of all art courses, is an art practice. But you can get at an art practice from different directions and through different media. And the media that this course identifies is wood, whatever that means. Wood is a very vague, and it's a fabrication course, but fabrication just means making stuff. So we're going to be making stuff, fabrication, and it's going to be with wood. But as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't have to be all wood. It doesn't have to be like go to a lumber yard and buy wood and make something with it. It could be you already have something that's wood, and you kind of reconfigure it. Like, for instance, right here I have a fence. My fence is breaking, and I'm going to pull these fence boards down, and I'm going to maybe make another fence with it, because some of it's kind of rotten, or I made something else with it. Beautiful marks on it, eh? That's from the bandsaw that made it. These boards came from a tree that I cut down, several trees that I cut down. I have a whole fence that goes all the way around my yard. I don't know if I can show it to you. You might see it back there. Does it? Oops, where is it? Here, see that fence? Goes all the way around. This is on a corner lot, so it goes all the way around the house. So several years ago, I wanted to make a fence, and I have some land up north. And so I cut down several cedar trees, and I milled them up in place, and I cut them up into these boards and made them. And so basically I'm making a fence. But to me, the experience of working from the tree, from the land, from scratch, was very important to me. And I think, my practice really does look at the underlying basics of anything that I'm working with. But that's my practice, not your practice. And it has to do with wood. I like working with wood. But, I didn't go to the lumberyard. I went to the forest, okay? You can go to many, many, many different places and many different sources of wood, and many different ideas of what wood is. That's all fine. You can investigate that, or you can just look to see how, whatever it is you're investigating, how it connects with wood, and then play that angle. I teach another course called Sight and Time. Sight and Time being the location, S-I-T-E, not sight like in vision, but sight as in place or location. And the other part of the course, Sight and Time, is time. Okay. And for me, I showed you my meditation thing. For me, I kind of like this notion of sight and time being here and now, which is a little bit corny and a little bit cliche. But in that course, we do work. And one assignment is sight, and another assignment is time. And after a while, you kind of think, well, how do you separate them? How do you separate sight and time? Any work that you do is going to have to occur on a site, and it's going to have to occur within a time. Okay, so every work is sight and time. Okay, but to me, it's like, well, while we're working on the sight assignment, we're going to be looking at it from the perspective of sight. We're going to enter it through sight. Okay, and then when you do the time piece, the work could be exactly the same. exactly the same kind of investigation, except that the investigation, rather than coming in through the door of sight, it's going to come in through the door of time. Does that make sense? Maybe it doesn't make sense. I don't know. But in this course, what I guess I'm saying is, we're going to come into your work through the gate of wood. Okay, the wood, it's going to be a wooden gate that we're going to go through. Okay, and whatever that wooden gate looks like, I don't know. What kind of wooden gate do you have? What kind of wooden gate can you come up with? If I'm confusing you, I'm sort of sorry, but I'm also sort of not so sorry, because I think art making shouldn't necessarily be always that straightforward. I think one of the best things that can happen in an art practice, in an art assignment, in an art course, is that you come to an understanding, you come to realize something you didn't realize before, okay? And obviously, you can't know what that's going to be. If you never realized it before, watch out, here it comes. What's it going to be? I don't know. We'll see. And it's going to be different for each one of you. I hope something happens to you in this course. I hope you come up with something. I hope you learn something. But what it is, I don't know. And if for each one of us, it's going to be different. But each one of us is going to be having the same challenge of, what the hell is Stan talking about? What the hell am I going to do? How are we going to do this? Okay? And there's 24 of you. And believe it or not, it's going to be a lot easier, I think, to do it if we do it together. You know, if we compare notes and share, you know, oops, just bumped my elbow. If we share, you know, our discoveries and our interests and our surprises, our shocks, our the things that we get fed up with, the things that we are successful with, whatever that means. All of these things are things that you know, we can kind of help each other with, you know, just by sharing. Sharing's a kind of a weird word, but allowing each other to just working together. It's more like working together. Okay, not like a group project, but working together and trying to come to some sort of sense of, what the hell are we doing and where are we going and what is this art practice that Stan's talking about, and do I really have one? Could it be this and could it be that? How do I know when I get there? You know what I mean? So all I'm going to really expect of you and require of you is that you engage in this kind of process. And obviously you're going to have to do it within the limitations of your own capacity, of your own location, of your own space requirements. Do you have a forest you can go to? Do you have a park that you can go to? Do you have a lumberyard that you can go to? You know, do you have any space to work? What kind of space can you work in? How big can you work? How small can you work? Can you make stuff outside? Can you make, you know, all of these things are all, you know, challenges and limitations, and you're going to have to embrace your situation. There's nothing wrong with your situation. I am a firm believer in you can make anywhere with anything. Did I say that right? You can make art anywhere with anything. Okay. I think it's a great set of challenges to kind of say, you know, here I am in this situation. What can I do with this? I'm an artist. As an artist, I can take the hand I'm dealt. I can work with what I've got, and I can make something here that's interesting to me. Okay, what interests me with this situation? And that would even apply to, I think I made an announcement about if someone is going to be in quarantine. They're going to be locked in a hotel room for 2 weeks. That's a very interesting and strange set of limitations. I think that'd be a great course. Let's all, you know, go into quarantine for 6 weeks in a hotel and see what can we come up with. You know, that's a really interesting one. It might not have the focus of wood. That would be a good one for sight and time, because, you know, there's time that you're spending in this location, and the location is the site. But we're going to make the focus wood, okay? Because that's the hand I've been dealt. I've got to teach this course in wood. Oops. And normally I teach it in a wood shop, but we're not going to be in a wood shop. I'm going to be here or in my basement or in my backyard. I might also be up north. I have a place up north that I can go to, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there you go. This is a weird kind of introduction. There'll be more. There's other stuff I want to tell you about and show you. But I wanted to get something out there. So I'll maybe post this and you can you can make what you want out of it. Okay. Good luck. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. Talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.